Heyo! So this video isn't scripted, but I'll still edit it if, there's any empty parts. So let's just start. So this is my 2025 Otaku's recap. And yeah, it's a rambly video, and these are the contents. A brief intro, and the recaps of the games, manga, and anime that I played or watched, and my top 3. Like just everything, my achievements, and my next year's goal. Okay, so just a super brief intro. I'm kind of an artist. I am a distracted game dev, poor translator, terrible doll maker, not so VTuber, and also just a random YouTuber. And my hobbies, just so you know what kind of anime and games I'm gonna rate, I love story-driven games, and I love yanderes. And I love fantasy, supernatural, tragedy, horror, and psychological horror. And I think my model is blocking the way. I will be opening OBS to move around. Okay. And yeah. And the goal of this channel is basically just to create and share the joy of the games and anime I love. Okay, so before I start with the recap and recap and ratings, here's some warnings. These are all my thoughts, okay? And it's rated based on how I enjoyed it, regardless of how objectively good they are, okay? But if there's anything you disagree with or I said wrongly, just feel free to comment and share it. And maybe you can convince me to pick up a series that I dropped, or maybe tell me that it will get better further on or something like that. Okay, firstly, the ice guy and his cool female colleague. The animation's very pretty, but I rated 6 out of 10 because there's not a lot of things going on. It's very cool. It's a very slice of life, which isn't my type. I love a bit of a conflict. It's a good slice of life if you want something chill, but it's okay. 6 out of 5. No, 6 out of 10. Okay, Tasukari Hotel, the anime, it came out January this year, and I was just astonished. I was so grateful of how much the animation looks. It looks smooth, it looks great, and I know the story isn't the best. It didn't quite translate the puzzles as well, because it's originally a game, so it would be difficult to translate the puzzles, but I think they did an okay job. For a normal viewer, it might be a 6 out of 10, because you can't get the full peak experience if you don't play it as a game, the choices you make, the bad endings, and the mystery in the game. Wow, I'm really talking about the game instead of the anime, but I'm just I'm just praising the game, okay? The game is so great. Play the game first, but as a person who played the game, I felt like this anime was just a good anime for the people who already played it. It's a good supplement. The main character's personality is just slightly different, but I won't get into it. Anyway, Death Parade. I saw someone in the comments saying Tasukari is just a worse Death Parade, and I tried watching Death Parade. I think I watched 5 episodes, and I'm bored. No offense, okay? The people that went into whatever bar it is, they're not interesting. I dislike them. The guests are not enjoyable. The main character, this guy, and the girl, I think, they're also their personalities are not what I typically enjoy. There's just nothing that pushed me to continue watching it. It's nothing. It's dark, yes, but it's just not exciting for me to continue watching it. Compared to Tasukari Hotel, I think the guests there's some charm. And Neko is such, the main character, the Neko is such a great protagonist. And the game, I'm just talking about the game again. The game always leaves at a cliffhanger for the 3 chapters you can play every day. So it's very, very like, how do you call it? You just get absorbed into it and you want to know what happens next. Okay, and then these are kind of almost to the order of January to what I knew was what. So yeah, but it might not be fully accurate. Anyways, next, Attack on Titan, The Last Attack. Okay, there's no spoilers, okay? I won't say too much spoilers. It's mostly spoiler free. If there's a spoiler, I might just put a spoiler warning on the screen, an overlay or something. Anyways, Attack on Titan, 8 out of 10. I know there's a lot of people who don't quite like it, I think. But I feel like it was an okay ending. I cried. I cried almost like 3 times in the movie. I think like it works. The ending of Attack on Titan works. I mean, I don't have any huge gripes about it, but I don't know, I'm not sure why people are not happy about the ending, to be honest. I know there's a fan ending, but I haven't read the fan ending. I think it's still work in progress, but I will be very interested in watching the fan ending too. But for the canon ending, I think it's not bad. Like, it doesn't solve an issue, like, but I feel like that's all. Oh wait, is it spoiler? No, okay. I just think the ending is alright, okay? It's just humanity. I feel like it suits what humanity is. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. From bureaucrat to villainous. I was so interested. It's like, ooh, like a father figure in a isekai as a female protagonist. I thought it would be interesting. But after like 3 episodes, it just gets kind of the same. There's nothing interesting. It's always the same kind of response. They didn't bring anything new to the table after 3 episodes. I thought it was kind of like everything they did in the season 1. I watched the whole season. It was very cliche. Like, I was really hoping that something interesting will come up, but nope. I will not continue watching this, unfortunately. Because, oh yes, I felt like there's such a missed opportunity with the villainous character. I wish these two have interacted more. Maybe he can be a father figure to her or something. Just teaching her not to be such a villain or something. You know, it's such a missed opportunity, I feel like. Okay, Zensu. 1 out of 10. I do not like her. I think I watched up to episode 5. I usually give anime 5 episodes before I decide to continue or not. But Sensu, she is so... I don't like her. I know it's nice that she's not a typical weak girl or something like that. She's kind of confident. She does what she wants, which is alright. It's not cliche. But I just don't like her. She's rude. She's so rude. Especially to the unicorn. I hated how she always swings the unicorn by the horn. Like, that is so rude. I do not like that. It just triggered me every time she does it as a joke. Which is a shame. The anime is so beautiful. The animation is beautiful. But the story, I didn't see how she can, like, from what I've seen, it doesn't look like her personality will kind of improve. Like, it's not a story to work on that, I guess. Like, the story is focused on something else, which I personally isn't interested in. Okay, Tadaba Hanako-kun Season 2. The animation has such a huge step up. I think they redid season 1 or something, but while watching season 2, I was just like surprised that, wait, what? Was the animation always that good? It was great. Season 2 is super great. The pacing was alright too. I think there's no issue there. So yeah, pretty good. It's very beautiful. This art style and how they executed the animation, it's great. So yeah. Let's see. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. I think I watched 3 episodes on this. I don't know. It just feels like typical isekai. The main character didn't particularly make me interested in seeing what she will do next. That's about it. I don't know. It just feels like a typical isekai, so that's why I didn't continue watching it, unfortunately. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm supposed to click on this for each one I'm talking about. Okay, I'll remember to do it. Once Upon a Witch Death. I don't know. I think I watched 3 episodes or 5. No, 3 episodes. I feel like it's trying to be an emotional story, I guess. But the main character, the people she helps, I don't know. The way the story show how they interact with each other, it doesn't feel personal. It's like, how do I say this? I just didn't care. I don't know. I just felt like I didn't care about the characters. Like, just the way the story was told, you know. It's hard to explain, like Frieren just in 1 episode, I care about the characters. And I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm just a noob in explaining or rating stuff. But Once Upon a Witch Death, just felt like it didn't motivate me to continue watching it. Yeah. Next, campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. I read the manga but then kind of dropped since I got busy, and now the animation is awesome, the colors are great, but I dropped it because I dropped it like halfway, almost 2/3, because the food he cooks are all meat. I am not vegetarian, but I felt like the food he cooks are always the same. It's all meat, it's all like fried meat. So the reactions are kind of the same, you know? Like, compare it to Dungeon Meshi. Dungeon Meshi, there's some food from different cultures, they use different ingredients. But campfire cooking in another world, most from where I've stopped, it's all meat. And it felt more like a huge ad for the sauce he used. Using different sauces isn't that interesting, you know? And yeah, because of that, it felt boring after a while. So it's kind of a shame. But I feel like other people might enjoy it, but it's just not for me. Okay. Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. To be honest, I do not remember what happened here. What happened? I felt like I do not remember. See, like some anime, I just don't have a huge impression on what's going on. That's why it felt boring. It just yeah, it's just not memorable. The girl isn't that interesting, the guy isn't that interesting. It felt like character tropes that I've all seen before, and a bit predictable in what will happen next. And there's not much of a story. There's not much of a plot, so yeah. Okay, Miki and Dali, this surprised me. I've been wanting to watch it for a while now because I've seen clips on Instagram. of the show, and I am so happy that it's actually very good. Each episode leaves at such a good cliffhanger. You just keep on wanting to watch what happens next. And it's like, it's unpredictable. I love it. There is a plot, kind of. Yeah, there's a plot. It's very interesting. The animation's great. I think the soundtrack is okay. I do not quite remember the sounds, but the tense moments were tense, and this show keeps on making me think, oh, what's gonna happen? Why did this happen? What will happen next? You know? And yeah, very great, Miki and Danny. Doro he Doro. I don't know. It's unique, but not for me. The characters just aren't interesting. Like, I felt like the world wasn't explained in a interesting way. The witches are very annoying. The bad guys are very annoying. I felt like it had potential, but just what this story, the first few episodes focused on, didn't captivate me. Like, yeah. Okay, link click. I am so sorry. 1 out of 10. I'm gonna get cancelled, I know. But remember, these are all my thoughts, okay? Link click. I was really looking forward to it. I watched it because of the Identity V collab, and I was hoping I could enjoy the characters so that I can enjoy the collab more. But, like, I feel like wasted potential. I think the first few episodes were great, but just them help resolving issues, I felt it could be a bit more personal. It just felt like whatever they're solving there's no plot. They kind of hint at a plot too late. So I felt like the first season was just like solving things, but we're not getting to a plot or anything. I mean, maybe the plot comes in season 2, but at the moment I'm already like bored with season 1. The animation is great, the coloring, the atmosphere is such a vibe. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't quite enjoy season 1. I don't know, but season 2 character looks so good. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll check out season 2. If you want me to check out season 2, then tell me, okay? Or else I'm gonna assume link click isn't good. No, just kidding. Okay. Uma Musume. It's a gacha game. The animation's awesome, but I just felt like I'm watching Love Live. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of anime schoolgirl kind of stories. I don't know, I prefer looking at boys and guys. Okay. Cause like, it's nothing relate. There's no themes, I guess. I know she's gonna work hard. I feel like it's gonna be something like Love Life. It's a gacha game after all. There's probably no plot. It is cute, but I'm not a slice of life enjoyer. Might be your thing, but it's not mine. The Yuzuki family's 4 sons. It's okay. I couldn't continue watching it because for some reason something went wrong. I don't know what happened, but I didn't quite put much effort into finding another place to watch this. There is good themes, but not. I wish it could be a bit more serious in, you know, exploring their traumas and stuff like that. They did do that actually, but it's not the focus, which is fine, but personally I'd prefer more focus on that. It is good, but not exciting to me. Okay, Dr. Elise, 2 out of 10. To be honest, I think I watched 1 episode or 2. I read the manhwa, but I dropped it because I felt like I was reading a lot of manhwa 2 years ago. It just felt like nothing stood out. The animation, I personally do not like how she looks. She looks better in the comics because her eyes are so huge. Yeah, her personality felt a bit bland, and I remembered. I feel like most of the manhwas start off good, but after a while, you just can't remember what happens. And to me, that kind of indicates that it's not the story for you, you know, if you forgot what happens and get confused with other series. Okay, Ponyo. It's kind of weird how I haven't watched this up to now. But yeah, pretty cute. It's very beautiful. The sound, the animation's just beautiful. It's just a nice small story. Color X Malice deep cover, the first half. They butchered it. It's terrible. Do not watch it. Play the game. Such a shame. The coloring is awful. I hate to say it. It looks like they just airbrush everything, you know? And that is not what you do. It looks terrible. I mean, most of it looks terrible. There are a few scenes that looks nice. But I do not know why they must add a new character into a movie. Because this is an adaptation of an Otome game, that means there's 5 or 6 main guys. There is no time for you to add a new character. Why do you do that? Just follow what the game did. Just follow what happened in the game and it'll be a somewhat okay movie. But it didn't, you know? The movie, it's quite confusing what's going on. The new character wasn't that interesting at all. The first half didn't drop any hints of anything exciting gonna happen. So I didn't, try to look for the second half. Actually, maybe I will find the second half because I still haven't seen my favorite character yet. But I know I'll still be disappointed. Such a shame, such a shame. Secrets of the Silent Witch. I kind of not a fan of the main character. Personally, it's a bit annoying how shy she is, I feel like it can be done in a better way. The way her shyness is shown is slightly unenjoyable to me. Like Komi is so much. I hate to compare, but that is how I explain things. It's like Komi is shy, but she's done in a charming way. Her shyness is like clumsy, typical cliche anime girl vibes. Like, oh no, I'm so shy or something. Like, oh no, I can't talk. And I hide behind stuff or something. Like, that's kind of the vibe I feel. So I couldn't continue further. And I think it's set in a school setting. I'm not a huge fan of school settings, and maybe that's why I rated the villainous to Brewer Cat quite low, because it's in a school setting. Because fantasy school settings, you gotta do it good for it to be good. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. I watched it with my online friend. Coco, are you here? Nah, probably not, but oh my gosh. Amazing! How can I say? It's just amazing. I didn't feel like it was rushed. There was a few new scenes. Everything, the color, the battle choreography is just epic. I love it. They extended the battle a little too. I cried so much. Amazing. They just stepped up. Not a step up. They just took a whole lift and went to the top floor. That is how much this fight felt compared to the previous season. It's just the background is just beautiful, and then the effects. Oh my gosh, you gotta watch it. And also, it includes one of my favorite demons, Akasa. Okay, it's Akasa. You see. And I'm so looking forward to the next movie because I'm gonna enjoy the next character arc, like the next character's backstory as well. Like Demon Slayer's really good. I know it's kind of cliche that they get their backstories when they die, but I feel like it makes sense, and I just enjoyed it the way they presented it because it's like life flashing before your eyes. There's no other way you can show their backstories, you know? You don't want to waste too much time. Some other anime, you might have a few episodes where you're in the demon's perspective, the bad guy's perspective, to learn more about them. But I feel like because of Demon Slayer, their powers are connected to their backstories. I felt like it's a good way, you know, they're not wasting too much time. And it's a good thing that they add their backstory before they die. Okay, the summer Hikaru died. It's a bit short. I want to enjoy it. The animation's great. The atmosphere's nice. But the first season, there's gonna be a second season, right? The first season, well, I don't know. It just didn't felt. I know it's on purpose that it's not like shonen kind of thing, but it felt a little bit too mundane for my vibes. The horror, I've seen some clips and I thought it would be a bit more scarier, but it wasn't that scary. Yeah, it wasn't that scary. I wish they could like utilize the ambience a little better sometimes and add a bit more terrifying scenes. But when those scenes happens in the anime, I don't know, it doesn't feel too scary. Okay, Twisted Wonderland, the animation. I would give this maybe an 8 out of 10 if there was just 2 more episodes. It just felt so random, everything that's going on. I know Twisted Wonderland is another gacha anime, you know, based on a gacha game. So that's why it's more character driven instead of plot driven, which is a missed opportunity. Gacha games should have plots, okay? Genshin's plot doesn't count, it's such a mess. Like the animation's so beautiful. And I just feel like there's no plot. Yeah, that's kind of the main reason why it's 6. But also like the focus this episode, the Hearts Lebu like season, it didn't focus on the character quite well. There's just not enough time because there's so many characters, you know. But maybe it's alright. Maybe future seasons will feature them a bit more. But again, if there's just 2 more episodes where we see more of their day-to-day life instead of just doing one thing and doing the next thing, like fight important thing, like just a bit more scene. They are in the school, yet we never seen them going to class. So yeah, it doesn't feel immersive in this world. We're just looking at the important parts. We're not seeing their day-to-day lives much. Also, I really love that little cat. What's his name? Chuya? Is it Chuya? Or is it some Haikyuu character? The flashback! The cat is so cute! Like, it's a fat, chubby little cat! I don't know. He's my favorite character. This one is like what? 喜羊羊与灰太狼那个 something, The Pleasant Goat and Big Bad Wolf. I checked out because I was curious, like, what's the most recent movie? And it was terrible. It was disgusting. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I just saw the first 5 minutes and immediately skip. Oh my gosh, what is this? Typical stuff. And okay, I will spoil this because I bet no one watches this, you know. So basically, this is like Tom and Jerry, but in the original seasons, the wolf was trying to eat the kids, the sheep kids, you know? It's Tom and Jerry, but sheep and wolf. But for some reason, now they're friends. They're like actually friends, and that is so uncomfortable because the wolf is adult with a wife and a kid. And I think he's still a kid. So being friends with a kid, it's kind of weird. Unless he's kind of teenager now. He's probably a teenager now, but that is still so weird. Okay, Bun is a 1 episode thing. Nothing. It's just a 1 episode anime. I think it's great how the video, it's a full circle once you watch it. But I don't know. It's not personally, the themes are not something I personally relate to. I can't emphasize. I can't relate to it much. I know a lot of people would love this anime because it relates to them. But personally, I don't know. It's just 1 episode anime, so that's why it's rated lower. I feel like if this is a full series, I feel like I could enjoy it way more. Probably a 7 or an 8. Because I know it's heavy, it's half emotional beats, but 1 episode isn't enough for me. But so that's why it's 3 out of 10. Spy X Family Season 3, 7 out of 10. To be honest, maybe 6 out of 10. Because, I don't know, the first few episodes are nice, but it feels like the pacing is a bit slow for some reason. Well, I read the manga, so maybe that's why it wasn't that exciting for me. Because the manga is so slow. No, not to rush the author. Like, I'm more eager for the manga rather than the anime. So 6 out of 10 probably. Yep. Apothecary Diaries. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Well, yeah, I haven't catch up to the manga, so actually the last few episodes was completely new to me. The Mao is still great as always. It's a bit slower pace, but because Mao is such a good protagonist, I quite enjoy it. And also, oh wait, this is season 2 contained one of the most iconic scenes, the frog scenes. So I'm glad now the anime watchers caught up to it. So it's like, yay, everyone's making fun of it and enjoying it. It's great. Also, huge development. Huge development on their relationship, which is why it's pretty good. Okay, Zootopia 2. It's not anime, okay? It's just like animated things. People say it's great. That's why some even say it's better than the original, the first movie. That's why I went into the cinemas having high hopes, but I was so disappointed. Zootopia 2 is very fast-paced. It's so tiring to watch, to be honest. There's a lot of chase scenes. I know that's the whole purpose of Zootopia 2. But there's so much chase scenes, which is, very tiring to watch. I feel like Judy really pissed me off. Like, she doesn't... I feel like even in the end, she doesn't, like, apologize to him properly about that. It's not resolved in a way that felt right. She was being so pushy and disregarding Nick's feelings. So that's why it's kind of eh. There were a lot of callbacks to the previous movie, which is nice but not needed, because I'm actually more interested in the new police officer characters, and I wish we had more focus on them instead of the old characters, you know? The main conflict was alright, but Yeah, it was kind of It didn't felt important because in the first movie, like the conflict was real. It impacts one of the main characters, but here the character that's impacted by the conflict didn't even appear that much. So it's basically tell, not show. They're just telling us the backstory. And then we're not really seeing why this is that important to that character. So I didn't quite care about it that much. Very disappointed in Zootopia 2. Like, my mother thought the first movie was good. And that's rare. My mom thinks cartoons for kids, you know? So it's so sad that I brought her to watch Zootopia 2 and she didn't enjoy it and I didn't enjoy it. Oh, but the shipping, the fan creation of shipping art and animation's great though. I like the ship. I like the ship, but the movie itself is Okay, manga time. How I attended an All Guys Mixer. We got development on some of the couples. I don't want to spoil it. I know this pace is quite slow because they're streaming couples, but it's so nice. Yeah, I don't know how can I say this without spoiling much. It's just a nice chill manga, but you just keep on rooting for them. Spy X Family this year was pretty good. We got quite a few major hints of plots, but again, the progress is quite slow. There's a lot of slice of life stuff, so they're not really focusing on this backstory. I'm just waiting. I don't know how long will this series take. I want to be honest, I want it to reach its end quicker because I'm really curious, and I'm sure everyone else too. I'm really curious about what's the main story behind Anya, you know. I want to hurry up, get to an arc where everything's exposed because that's what everyone's looking forward to. But overall, I still like Spy X Family this year. Witch Hat Adler. We are going down. Wait a second. I just forgot to... Did I not put K-pop Demon Hunters there? Technically, I think I've missed out K-pop Demon Hunters. I'll just rate it here. Editing me, please put a picture of K-pop Demon Hunter here. Probably a 4 out of 10. I don't know. It's just kind of magical anime girls vibes. It's good. Of course it's good. The main 3 characters are awesome. But I don't get I love romance in movies, and I feel like more movies shouldn't shy away from that. But it was so forced. Wait, is this spoilers? Fine, slight spoilers. No, actually everyone watched K-pop Demon Hunters, so it should be fine. The romance is very forced. It just happened out of nowhere. I know they relate to each other because of their backstories. No, actually, that's not true. No, they don't relate to each other. What am I talking about? Yeah, I just don't see why they like each other. They didn't even flirt properly. I wish there's a longer segment of them. It would be cooler if the K-pop, the guy band, what's it called? What's the guy band called? Saja Boys, yes. It would be so much more interesting if the Saja Boys is already a band and they already have some relationship and banter at the beginning. But we didn't even see them interact much, so it doesn't feel that epic. when they fight at the very end. I good for it. I really support it. I'm glad that it's getting such high ratings in the animation industry. Okay, back to WeChat Adler. Yeah, everything's going downhill. And updates been slow, but a huge progress on the character's motivation and their like their compass, moral compass. Their moral compass is starting to change. So I'm really excited. Plus next year the anime is gonna come out, so please check it out. Okay, this one's recommended by my friend Coco. And I already forgot how to say this kanji. I am so sorry. Muji something chan. Like I think it's like Clueless, Miss Clueless, and Otome na guy. You know. It's very cute. But dang it. It's like it was uploaded on Pixvy, but I think the author is going to move it to another platform, which I don't think I have access to, but I'll try to continue reading it next year. So it's very light-hearted and it's very interesting characters, a pair of characters that I haven't seen often in manga. That's why it's very exciting and cute, and I want to read more for that. So good. Beneath the Tree Where Nobody Sees. I watched an audio kind of fan dub video of it, but it was great, I guess. But although it's good, I feel like the main character could be a bit more interesting. I mean, maybe it's just not interesting to me. I know it's a more realistic character. There's not much of a mystery. It feels like a bit more just waiting for things to happen. I mean, there is a bit of mystery at first, but I feel like it could be a bit more terrifying in terms of what the character is doing. This comic really focuses on its main character, but I just didn't care too much about the main character. I'm just interested in what's going to happen next. So that's why it's a bit lower on my list. And that's why the sequel, it's still ongoing, is a bit more interesting to me because we have another character. So it's maybe kind of a Sherlock Holmes more reality kind of thing going on. So that's why I'm enjoying the continuation a bit better. Because someone's actually chasing after her. I mean, someone is chasing for her for the first one too, but this one is just more interesting because we kind of understand the character's motives a bit better here. Okay. Agasa kun wa yandere. It's 3 out of 10. I love yanderis, but this is too short. This is far too short. I don't like how so many mangas, they have a yandere coded character, but they just resolve the yanderiness so quickly. It's like if they didn't even resolve it in a proper way, I guess. It's just like the girl showing him love. It's kind of more of a comedy thing. I want good yanderis have have a reason why they're so possessive, you know? They have some dark backstory or something. And I love yanderis because they're hard to fix. They're hard to fix, but fixing them will make it all worth it. Because, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Emotional growth. Anyways, too short. That's why it's a 3 out of 10. The Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine. It was quite interesting at first, but after a while, again, it just felt like any other Otome Isekai. It is good, but I feel like, I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like I'll waste my time reading it. I'm sorry to say that. I think I might give it a try once it's finished. The thing about these webtoons, these Korean manhwas, is like sometimes they just don't end. The story just doesn't end. And I don't like that. I don't like a story that lasts too long, especially with this genre that they are in. This genre that they are in typically only can follow that few plot points, you know? So that's why I think I might continue reading it. If it's finished, and I'll read the reviews. But otherwise, I won't continue reading it for now. Okay. Oh no. A Stepmother's Guide. I kind of like childcare manga. It's just comforting to like see a child character that's being neglected, given affection. So yeah, I don't know, I might drop it soon to be honest. Just the main character's personality is quite typical. The male lead is also the cliche Cold Duke. But I think I want to see this kid grow up, you know? Like, I kind of like stories where the kid grow up and like they banter with their dad and try to favor the mom's attention. I think that is so cute. So I'll just read it a bit longer. Okay. I've grown accustomed to being on my own. My fiancé is currently being neglected. Oh my gosh. It was good at first, but after the current chapters, I hate him. The guy is quite forceful and very ignorant of her feelings. He's just quite selfish the way the story kind of presented him. The girls have goals, but he can't quite see that. I know maybe later he'll like understand her better, but it's not funny anymore. Like the whole joke, the whole hook is that she's a bit dense. She doesn't see that the guy likes her, but of course that's because the guy neglected her the previous life. Previous life? Yeah, I think so. Wait, what? Huh? No, that's not previous life. No, for the past few years. So he's trying to change, but the way he's changing, it's just too comedic, I guess, for it to feel right. Blue Lock. We finally finished a year-long match and it was awesome. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's over. And the newer chapters recently, I think there's a new chapter that I haven't read yet, but it sounds like it's gonna be exciting. The main character, we're at a point in the manga where the main characters are very quite strong, so I'm quite excited to see, will he get pushed down again? How will he rise up? Because there's some people saying that it's kind of getting the same-ish, you know? The main character is just winning, he's too good. So I'm interested to see the manga, if they'll keep on doing that or change it up. They'll probably change it up. There's quite a few side characters that they haven't utilized yet. My personal hater, it's an indie game. I'm so sorry to rate it quite low, but it's because it's short, okay? For the games categories, like some of it's gonna be lower, but that's because it's a shorter game. So personally, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it as much as I can compared to a longer full-length game, you know? So no hate. I love support and love indie games, okay? It's just that my personal hater is quite short. It is quite creepy. I really do enjoy like his expressions. Like, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just too short. And I feel we didn't quite connect with the yandere as well. Like, personally, you know. It's hard to explain. You know, longer stories will be able to know the characters better. And here I feel like we didn't know this guy as much as we could. But it's a short game, so it's understandable. Okay, Yen. It's a 3D kind of chasing game. I kind of rated 3, slightly higher. I don't think there's any story at all. It's pretty much just a chasing game. It's kind of like Slenderman, but it's a yandere. But it's kind of unique, so that's why I thought it was quite interesting and fun. But I crossed it out. Crossed it out, that means I dropped. I don't think I got the ending. Because I am bad at 3D games. Plusato Cordis. I know this is quite a good yandere game by a lot of people's standards. But personally, the main love interest isn't that interesting to me. I'm sorry. He's just not my type, okay? So that's why it's slightly lower, and I think I got one ending. I just didn't finish it all. That's why it's crossed out. Crossed out also mean I didn't finish it fully. 9 Rib, a more official title. Sorry, but it's nothing compared to Homie Cypher. I mean, it is good, but I just prefer scarier stuff like Homie Cypher. That's why Homie Cypher was so good to me. The art is breathtaking, it's beautiful, the coloring amazing, the UI beautiful. Such a shame, this is a ghost otome, ghost romance, but it wasn't that scary. The main character's conflict feels like slightly a bit missed opportunity. They did go into it a little bit, but I wish it's a huge in one of the routes she can overcome it, I guess. Like I don't know. I just wish it could be written a bit more focused on making her go through the challenges in a deeper way, if that makes sense. There wasn't any character that I really like, which is a shame. But overall, the writing and characters are still enjoyable. So 7 out of 10. Buster Fellows. Wait, 7 out of 10? Really? Maybe 6 out of 10 to be honest. Okay, I just think I enjoyed 9 Rib a bit more than Buster Fellows. So this is probably a 6. Yeah, probably a 6, because there's only 6.5. Well, fine, you stay at 7. That's because even though there's no character that I'm really quite into, that I quite like, I still felt like I care a lot for 3 of them. The other characters I didn't quite care. But it was quite engaging. The introduction, the common route was quite boring to be honest. Like, I didn't care for the side characters featured in there. But some of the routes are so good. So yeah, not bad. The main character is good as well. No issues with her. To be honest, I can't quite remember what happened, but I think even though at first it wasn't that enjoyable to me, because the first route is a character that I absolutely do not enjoy, because he's a smoker. I don't like the smoker ogre guy figures, okay? So, but after I finish this route and do the other characters, I was able to finish the game quite quickly. So still pretty good, Buster Fellows. Okay, then Kind Heart Candy Kun, another yandere game. It's quite low because like one of the guys is a cheater, and I hate cheaters. And this game, I think we're already in a relationship with one of the guys, so I don't like cheating. I do not like cheating. Like, I can deal with content warnings, like I probably shouldn't say them out loud. No, actually, who cares? I'm fine with content warnings like assault, murder, I don't know, self-harm, those kind of things. but cheating is just doesn't make me want to continue the story. Even if Tempest Dawning Connections, to be honest, I don't know, it's a bit boring. I'm gonna get booed, but because this is fan disc, okay? That means it's just extra content, so there's not much plot, you know. They maybe just give out a bit more information about the backstory. Currently, I'm playing Tiro's route. I finished... Oh gosh, what is your name? Cyrus route? I'm sorry. But it's not that, well, interesting for me to continue reading it. I will finish it slowly, okay? But currently, the character story continuation isn't that interesting. It doesn't push me to finish it as soon as possible. Okay. Next, I'm gonna get killed for this, but the 100 line Last Defense Academy was... No, I did not enjoy it at all. It's good. No, I don't know. I was gonna say it's good that it's different from Danganronpa, but actually the character tropes are quite similar to Danganronpa, but it's worse. I think I've just finished 2 endings. Yeah, but the characters are not enjoyable at all to me. Maybe because they will be developed in other endings, but no, one route is already that long, and yet they didn't develop the characters. You know, it just felt a bit frustrating to watch, since the main route we didn't get to learn more of them, and they didn't quite hint at anything more interesting to them. We do know their basic backstories, but that's all, you know. The way it's written is a bit frustrating as well. I guess that's because there's 100 endings, but it's just a lot of pulling and just letting go with nothing happening. So I'm not that motivated to continue watching the playthrough of this. Okay, Final Fantasy X. I cried a bit at the end. It's a bit low because I'm watching a playthrough of this, so the fights are a bit boring. I don't know, since I'm not playing it, so that's why. But I feel like it's alright. The characters are nice, but I just feel I want a bit more interaction between them, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It is good. I just don't know how it can be personally more likable to me. Maybe more romantic scenes that might make me sadder. It's pretty good first impression. This is my first Final Fantasy game. Recommend me which one to play next or watch next, because I don't have the time to play games. I mainly watch playthroughs. Winter's Wish, Spirits of Edo. This is quite surprising. I wasn't expecting to like this one as much as I do. Each character's story, I guess, routes, it's interesting. The characters are likable. The magic system, their magic system, is also quite interesting. So pretty nice. And there's a new character that I quite like, which is great. Sympathy Kiss. It's low, quite a 5 out of 10. Because this is in an office setting and they're also doing like IT stuff, they're kind of creating an app. And when I was watching this, I was also doing a final year project, which is also making an app, and it's kind of doing a similar thing with what the characters are doing, which makes me stressed. It makes me stressed, like, because obviously in the game they're gonna describe their work not in that detail, not as much detail. So it felt like whatever they do seems so easy while I'm here suffering doing that project. So that's why watching this was quite stressful. There is 2 characters that I really quite enjoy, but their routes are so short because they're secret characters. So like, such a shame. If only the 2 characters that I like have a longer route, then I'll probably give it a 7. But also, this is in a more modern kind of setting. I like fantasy settings better, or like supernatural, so that's why it's not that high as it could be. One Night Eternity, to be honest, I do not remember what this game is about. Let me search it up. Okay, I'm looking at the itch page, but I still do not remember what happened. I'm sorry! I do not remember what happened. I don't know, I feel like because... how do I describe it? There's more sexual themes? Like, it's like one night stand, I guess. But that's kind of not something I enjoy. Sorry, but yeah, it's just not my thing. I think the art looks great though. Ninefold Promise, great art, but it's too short. That's why it's 2 out of 10, I'm sorry. It's just too short. That's why I feel like I didn't get to know the characters as good as it could be. You know, it's just a bit cliche, typical. It's a bit more typical yandere, I guess. So that's why it's slightly lower. Okay, Persona Q2. Oh my gosh, it was such a drag to finish this game. Like, probably 1 out of 10 now I'm thinking about it. Firstly, the themes of this game, each stage, are all recaps of the games where the characters are coming from. So their reactions to that theme of the stage is just the same kind of reaction. There's nothing interesting about the reaction for that stage. And even the interactions between each games, it's very surface level. I was here for a catchy, you know, so because at least there's some catchy content. Wasted potential, you know, but it's a chibi game, so I think I was expecting too much from it. The last stage was just a pain to get through. I set it to the easiest mode, and it still took forever. I quite hated it, to be honest, the last stage. The special character, the new character that was featured, is not that interesting either, I guess. Like, she's just a girl. She does have issues, she does like become stronger, but I just don't care about her. Yeah. Oh wait, I didn't... Okay. Prescription Love. Again, a bit too short. I kind of like this yandere character, but it's just too short for my liking. So it's 2 out of 10. Trick or Treat is also yandere. I play a lot of yandere in the games. It's quite unique, I'd say. And I think like there's a bit of a mystery. I know all yandere's got a mystery because the guy's secretly evil, but you know, this one, the writing is just a bit more interesting to me. And I felt like I enjoyed it a bit more. Deadly Obsession. This game got an art update because when I played it, it was in another art style. And when I checked this in here, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bit more typical. Again, the character's backstory is a bit more typical, but it's still a fun yandere game. Okay, Your Perfect Boyfriend. Well, it's quite short, but it was a bit creepy. It kind of had something that surprised me. And yeah, it's a short game because it's made for a game jam that's supposed to be short, but pretty decent. Little Goody Two Shoes. The art is phenomenal. Look at the trailer. It's beautiful. The music's wonderful. The sound effects, everything beautiful. I didn't play it. I watched the playthrough, but I feel like it's good, but there's no mystery, I guess, because the mystery, we are the mystery, I guess. It's girls' love, which is good, you know, but it's not my thing. So maybe if I enjoyed girls' love, if you enjoy girls' love, you might enjoy this a bit better. Okay, 10 Trials of Babel. It's RPG Maker horror game. There's yanderies, but I kind of dropped it. I might replay it in the future, but because since this is an RPG Maker game, it is very difficult to get an ending. You can't just press a skip button like in a visual novel. So yeah, I was trying to get another ending. I got one ending, which is nice, but it was very short. The ending was very short, and I feel like there's no build up because there's no routes. I don't think so. There's no routes in here. There is a bit, but not that character focused on the ending, the character's ending you get. I mean, there is a plot twist at the end, which is fun, but the way how we can get the next ending is pretty much you have to replay the whole game, which is very time consuming, and I don't really want to do that. I'm sorry. Full Life Fatale is so good. I mean, there's only one character that I super love. I like 2 other characters. So, like, it's great, yandere game. It's a perfect length. I just feel like I could rate it 10 out of 10 if there's just like 2 of the characters, if only the 2 of the characters were more interesting to me. One of them is because it's your brother. I did not like a brother love interest, so I felt like I mean, it is a good horror. It is quite horrifying, but 2 other routes felt slightly boring because it's more plot focused. But oh my gosh, actually, but in the fan disc, it's pretty good. The fan disc is pretty good because like they explain backstories that we never heard before, and they also continued the bad endings and made it even worse, which is wonderful. I quite like it. It's very good. Soma, I tried watching a little of the gameplay, but it's just an atmosphere. I'm not a huge fan of sci-fi, so that's why it's not quite motivating for me to continue. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorer of Time. It's done. I just haven't finished the other character perspective thing, but I finished the main story. Pretty good, but not as good as the Red and Blue Rescue team. Like the first game just felt like there's more urgency. And the plot twist didn't quite shock me as much. Oh yes, the plot twist. Yeah, I felt like the new character that's introduced later was a bit wasted. We didn't learn much about them, and it could have felt more emotional if we learned more about them and they joined the team a bit earlier. Resident Evil Revelations, I played it on the 3DS, but I don't know, the main character isn't that interesting to me, so I don't know. I'm not that interested in what's going on, so sorry. Battlefield Waltz. Personally, not a fan of the art style, but story-wise, it's kind of like a battle, but there's not a lot of battle romance that I kind of like. No, there is a few battle romance that I kind of like. What am I talking about? Biro Shana was pretty good. Just felt like the themes of war in this didn't feel right. It's just too brief, I guess. It should be said, you know, there's war in this game, but it just felt slightly surface level. It doesn't feel deep to me, so I didn't quite, it's not that enjoyable. The characters, there's no one that really interests me. Rido Remastered, there's not, I don't know. I watched the playthrough because of one of the person in my streams recommended it to me. The art is amazing, but I feel like, unlike Persona, we got a lot of side characters that we bond with. But for Rido Remastered, it's just mainly you and your demons. So it wasn't that interesting to me because Rido was a silent protagonist and there's no side characters that really go well with him. There is a cat, he have cat companion, but their interactions aren't that interesting. Yeah, sorry. Alice Spiritual Guide is a Seek game. A bit disappointed. I mean, it's the first game, so it's really, the puzzles are quite difficult. I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. I haven't finished it because, yeah, it's a bit confusing what to do. The characters, I feel like I don't really care about them so far. Hopefully I'll change my mind when I finish it. But so far it's just 2 out of 10. Deltarune. This year I played chapter 3 and 4. Probably 6 or 7. It's 7 because it's fun, but story-wise it's 6. Because for some reason, Deltarune's story felt a bit more vague compared to Undertale, which it was more straightforward. I feel like it's a bit more vague because there's a lot more theorists looking into Deltarune. Like, if you don't watch any theory videos, like, I will have no idea what's even the point of the story at all. You know, the mystery is not quite shown in a way that focus too much on it. It's more like you have to think and look in the background. Silent Hill F. I watched the playthrough. It was pretty good. I love the themes. The themes of this game is just wonderful, and the endings are great. But I'm so glad I didn't play this game. I watched the playthrough. I was thinking of playing this game myself, but it's like $100+ from where I am. So no, it's out of my budget. So yeah. But I'm actually glad that I watched a playthrough instead because I realized that it's more of a battle. There's more combat than I thought. So I think I would have really gotten stuck if I played it on my own. But the atmosphere and everything's pretty good. And I also love that the ending also can go a full circle. I love endings where it can go a full circle. Okay, Tasukari Hotel Tsubomi, 7 out of 10. Well, yeah, Tsubomi came out this year. So far, I've been enjoying it, but I felt like the pacing, Yume talks too much. Neko didn't talk as much as him. I think maybe it's just his personality that this character thinks a bit more, a bit deeper. But I felt like he explains too much, and it's not balanced as much as I would like it to be. I like it when Neko... Oh, they also didn't have this interrogation thing, and it's replaced by him explaining a lot, so it's more text heavy, which makes me dislike it a slightly tiny bit. But so far the new characters are quite fun, so that's still alright. Still 7 out of 10. Okay, Prison Poise, 9 out of 10. Truly awesome kind of short story. It's just, how do I say it? The puzzles are not that difficult. Well, there's not a huge puzzle aspect to this one, but the atmosphere and everything, you can feel how grim this story is. You're just investigating something. I don't want to spoil it because of how good it is, but I came to really like the characters. So all of the bad endings that happened in the end really hurt my heart. Even the true ending, it kills me. I cried at the ending. Stories that makes me cry is a good story. That's kind of my thing. Stories have to make me feel something for me to think it's good, you know? And it made me cry, so that's why it's very good. Next, more in the game, The Birdhouse. Very short game. A bit confusing. To be honest, I do not understand the themes of what's going on. I feel like I need to watch a video that explains that. The art is awesome, but I don't understand this game. I think it's just a me issue. Okay, date everything. Oh no, I couldn't even finish a few episodes of playthrough. It's too hyper. Like, you know, it's a bit too hyper. I feel tired watching the characters. I don't think there's a plot. So again, that it doesn't draw me in to continue watching the playthrough of this. The art and design is awesome. It's just not my vibe. Spirit camera on the 3DS. Oh my gosh, it's pretty fun. It's a short story, but it's kind of good, you know? It uses AR. Yeah, it uses AR in a fun way. And there's no issues with scanning the code. I had to search the code online though. But the mechanics just really surprised me, and I've never played a game quite like this before. So it was really, really fun. 7 out of 10. But the story is a bit basic. If only it was a bit deeper, then I could rate it a higher score. But 7 out of 10. Dementium Remastered. It was scary at first, but then it's just okay. Because I feel like horror games where you can fight back, it just feels a bit less scary. Because it feels more like fighting. You're just fighting. There's nothing to be afraid because you can defend yourself. It's all stats and numbers kind of thing. But I dropped it because I was stuck on the level where there's a floating face. Like, I do not know how to hit them back. I tried using the gun, I tried using the baton or something, but I do not know how to pass one stage, so I just dropped it. There's no plot. I think there is, but it's not that focused. Chef RPG. I played it at the 0.7. I am not gonna play it until the whole game's finished. It's very satisfying, the sound effects, collecting stuff. But my issue is, after playing a while, I feel like the world is quite small after a while, and everything is just the same routine over and over. And the biggest issue for me with this game is that none of the characters really interest me. Maybe the rival characters, but I don't think they'll come to the town often. But yeah, the NPCs here, they don't quite interest me, unfortunately. Maybe because how they're written is a bit more realistic. I do not know. It's just, I kind of like that girl with green hair. You know? I feel like the girls are more interesting. The guys are not interesting to me at all. So it's not... you know, a lot of people play Stardew Valley for the romance too, okay? So I'm kind of wanting a bit of romance in Chef RPGO. So yeah, hopefully there'll be a romance update. But yeah, the guys aren't interesting. I'm more into the girls. I might actually like date the girls instead. Okay, Identity V. This year there is so many new characters. None that I particularly like or main. But this year, playing the game is quite fun. Since there's so many new characters, each match felt fresh, you know? Compared to like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, this game, I feel like we're always matching with the same characters. But now it's way more varied. And yeah, quite fun. But it's getting just a little bit out of hand. There's a bit too much characters now. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still okay, to be honest, since most of the characters now have similar abilities to the previous characters. The story update didn't bring anything much more exciting. Oh wait, actually, it updated this year, didn't it? I forgot. Whatever. It just felt like the story could be a little more interesting. I also played Dress to Impress. But I dropped it. I forgot to dash it out because I don't play Roblox much anymore after that controversial issue. But it's kind of nice to be able to customize. Like for a character customization game, it's quite nice that you can customize the colors to that detail and how you can overlay clothes. I love overlaying the clothes to create like a new shape or pattern. So that was really fun. And I haven't finished this yet. Miss Donia's Hope, The Last Delight. So far it's okay. I feel like the magic system is a bit confusing so far. It sounds like they have some special abilities, but we haven't quite seen that yet. I hope it doesn't get too complicated. Cause like, I don't know, fantasy worlds where it's too complicated, it's just not as fun anymore, I guess. But so far, the main character is very unique, which I feel like will make the romance more interesting. And I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so that was a long talk. Before we start this year's top 3, I'm gonna start with last year's top 3, okay? Because they're still near and dear to my heart. So, the top 3, the third for last year is Dungeon Meshi! Dungeon Meshi, oh my gosh, animation is so great. There wasn't a plot at first, but there is a plot later on that we soon discover. But even so, just the world building, the ecosystem is so deep, and it's just like interesting to watch what they'll fight and what they'll eat next. The character dynamics are also awesome. So yeah, I really like it. And oh my gosh, the manga ended. Like, I couldn't wait for season 2, so I just read the manga and delighted. It was great as well. Second, Yotsume God Reunion. Oh gosh, this is another game that also made me cry and also comes like a full circle in the end. It is such a great little story, like self-contained short story, but it's still awesome. I love the characters, I care about them, and I just wanted them to succeed, you know? So yeah, like, please play Yotsume God Reunion. It is such a great game by Seek. Buy it so that Seek know that there's an English fan base out there, okay? The music too, the atmosphere, it really felt like you've really like wandered into another world. And the puzzles weren't too difficult and pretty fun, pretty good. Like the ending too, I do not want to spoil this just because of how good it is. So please, 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 please play it. Yotsume God Reunion. Top 3, the top first for last year's Homie Cypher. Homie Cypher. Wait, I already made a video about this. But I'll just repeat it here. Like, it's so immersive. Like, you're really exploring. It's like not even 3D, but there's so many backgrounds. So you're actually exploring a location. And there's so many choices. And you're just dropped into this world without much explanation. But you're still able to learn about it. And like, you have to think and just learn about it, you know? And I feel like that made me so much closer to the characters that we followed through the games. It's so unique. I hope to see more games like this. I love Mr. Crawling. 2024 Homie Cypher is the winner. Okay, alright. 2025 top 3. So my top third is Attack on Titan. Like, it's a good conclusion, I feel like. I think I watched Attack on Titan 2 years ago. So I'm quite happy to finally be able to conclude a series. I didn't read the manga, so I was watching the anime the whole way through. It's nice to see everything end. And I'm happy for the author. And yeah, I guess I felt like he wasn't too happy about the ending, or like he was threatened by the fans or something. But yeah, good conclusion, good animation. Yeah. Okay. My top second series is Prison Boys. Again, Seek winning the second again. Just nice. I love like medium-sized stories. It just have a good start, good mystery, good climax, and good ending. And yeah, very, very good. Please play it. I don't think you can play it on iPhone. You might have to download through APK or something. I don't know, but Prison Boys, it made me cry. Good games all of these made me cry. And next, it's not that hard to guess. Full Life Fatale is my number 1 this year. As you can see from the theme of this presentation slides, Full Life Fatale, I love yanderis, okay? It's a good horror genre. But it is scary. It doesn't quite shy away from like triggering themes, which is nice. And I don't know, like, I love Mashiro. Mashiro, I love you. So yeah, what else is there to add? The yandere characters felt refreshing. It's not typical. And yeah, I care about them deeply. The DLC is a perfect bow to the first game. Perfect ending. I am going to play their next game and their previous game. And you know, I love games with bad endings. With bad endings. Prison Boys 2, there's bad endings. Bad endings. I love dark stories like this. I'm glad that there's a happy ending for the characters too. Because once you play the bad ending, the good ending will feel sweeter, you know? Like, if you suffer, the more you suffer, the happier you get later on, you know? That's why I love dark stories. Because dark stories makes the good ending just so much sweeter and more deserved. Okay, so now I just talk about my own little achievements, because why not? So, this year I've done a lot of translations. Firstly, I cannot say this manga name. I don't know. Am I supposed to do it? I'm not sure, but I've translated like 10 chapters. It's my first time translating thing, I think. No. Actually, Tasukara is my first time translating. It's my first time translating a manga. I'm translating it because there is an official English translation, but it takes like 3 months for you to be able to read it after the Japanese is out. 3 months is a long time. And it's so slow that I started reading it in Japanese. But then I was like looking at the subreddit for that manga, and I've seen someone posting like, oh, I wish I can read the chapter already. I'm so excited for the chapter. So I felt bad. I felt bad for them. No, it's like, it's so unfair, you know, how the translation is so slow. I know the translation got work to do, but like, it's free to read on the Japanese site, you know, instantly when it's released. So I felt it's a bit unfair. So that's why I translated it. But I removed the translation if it's available in English, okay? So I'm not condoning anything bad, but it's just an early, you know, peak of the chapter, I guess. But yeah. Next, I translated Tasukari Hotel Tsubomi Chapter 1 and 2, which is around 315 minutes. How long is that? Did I overcount it? That sounds like too much. Isn't that like 5 hours or something? That's almost 5 hours? Jeez, that's long. Yeah, no, yeah. I've translated almost 5 hours worth of game content, which I'm really proud of. Like, I'm really proud of myself of just editing the small details, like if there's movement with text on the screen for the menus, I would also edit it. And I'm kind of proud of that, you know? And wait, I spelled Tasukari Hotel wrong, sorry. But I don't think this game will get English translation anytime soon, since this company usually release their games in Chinese and Korean too, but there wasn't support for these languages as well. And the previous games also didn't get English translation, so we might have to wait a long time for official translation. And I know there's a lot of fans for the first game, and I want them to enjoy this, because I trust this game company to make great games, great puzzle adventure games. And yeah, hopefully the ending won't disappoint, and I'll continue translating it. Full Life Fatal, I love it, so that's why I translated Mashiro's route. I felt like I'm the only English person who played it, but I found on Twitter some other English-speaking people who played it, which is yay! Because I want to translate it so that I can talk about how much I love this character. But if I talk about it online, nobody understands me because nobody plays this game because it's not in English. So I did his translation. But I'm also translating a patch so that people can actually buy the game, support the creator, and play it themselves. Because I translated this Mashiro's route as a YouTube format, which everyone's reading speed are different. And I want them to play at their own pace and also support the creator and maybe make playthroughs as well to maybe spread out the word of this game. So, yep, I am really happy to be able to work on it. Okay, next, my game dev. Well, I finished my prologue. To be honest, that's not quite of an achievement. I should have done more. But at least I finished the prologue. Yay. Okay, art. I joined a Zine. It's my first time joining a Zine, which is like fanzine. And I'm kind of proud of the submissions I made. My art was inspired by the previous games, like costume, but also a mix of the current game's theme. And I designed the outfit, and I'm kind of proud of it. So, yeah. And I'm also really glad to be part of these, because again, Seek, there's a smaller English fan base. But I'm so glad to see everyone getting together and drawing their favorite stories and characters. Also, this year is my first time making a doll. I made dolls before, but like humanoid Nui dolls. And I made Mr. Crawling, and I'm really happy about him. He's so cute. And I also made 2 doll clothes. No, I think I made 1. Did I? When did I make that Chile for 2 outfit? Oh no, I think I made it way before that. Oh well. Okay, so now our next year goal. No, my next year goal, not yours. Translation. I'll continue translating that manga, cause no one told me to stop yet. Okay. And Tasukari Hotel Tsubomi. Hopefully next year I can do 3 and 4. I think the whole game will have 5 or 6 chapters in total, but I'm not sure if I can finish it next year. 1 chapter really takes a while, and I'm trying to find a job, so I'm not sure. I hope to at least finish 2 chapters next year. For Life Fatale, hopefully I can finish the English patch next year. I should be able to, but it will take some time. I finished Mashiro's route in 3 days actually, but that's because I really didn't sleep and I just translated all my awaking hours. So maybe, I don't know, hoping I can do 1 characters in 2 weeks at most. Then I can finish it in that kind of time frame, but I'm not sure, I can't guarantee. Okay. Also, DLC maybe next year. I feel like I'm a slightly bit burnt out doing these 3 translations so far. I don't want to get burnt out, so I won't force myself to do too much and do the DLC next year. Okay, my game. Wait, what? Games. Oh, I feel like this is too ambitious. Maybe 3, but if I don't do it ambitious enough, when am I gonna finish this game? I've been working on this game for like 2 years, but that's because I'm doing other stuff like these as well. So like, hopefully I can get 3 areas done by next year. 3 areas done is more than half of the game finished, so hopefully I can do that. And next year, I am going to do a playthrough of Over Rec Room Z when it comes out. It's also kind of a dark Atenway yanderis. But I have a Switch Lite, so I'm gonna use my camera. I can't quite screen record it, but it's okay. I'm doing it for fun, for my own self. And for my VTuber stuff, I hope to finish my model, and also, just finish the model, and maybe do a re-debut, but it's not gonna be that interesting, I guess. I'm not a pro VTuber. And I kind of want to do more song covers next year. There's 2 song covers that I was planning to do this year, but I was busy because there was the exam period. And then another one is like, I'm waiting for my sister to tune, like, what do you call it, to edit the voice thing. When will she finish with that? It's for Yotsume God. It's a song for Yotsume God. And yay, that's the end of the Otaku's recap. This is unscripted, so I'm not sure what else to say. I feel like this video is gonna be long, so sorry about that. But if you finish watching until now, thank you. And I don't know. Feel free to unsubscribe because I don't know. I'm doing this for fun. It makes me a bit sad to see there's a lot of subscribers, but the views aren't that high. Like, I wish I have less subscribers. Alright, bye, I guess.